Local MPs and business leaders have been meeting on the Norfolk-Suffolk border today to press the case for improvements to that final single-lane stretch of the A11.
Companies have been targeting motorists to stress the need for dualling the section between Thetford and Barton Mills. Laura Burns was there.
For removal company manager Tim Mower, the A11 is a daily nightmare. 9 miles of single carriageway costing the business scores of missed appointments, as well as thousands of pounds.
Every day we struggle with getting vehicles in and out of Thetford to go to Mildenhall or to Newmarket. We've been stuck over an hour at times just trying to get 20 miles down the road. At
a time of unprecedented spending cuts, it's a worrying situation. So he's helping campaigners make their voices heard, alerting motorists and the government.
I work with a lot of businesses in the county and they're chomping at the bit to get stuck in and step into the breach and really get commerce moving again. They're trying to do that with one arm tied behind their back, which is this road.
Today's meeting will demonstrate... Today, South West Norfolk MP Elizabeth Truss led a meeting of local MPs and business leaders, hopeful that they can persuade the Department of Transport to support them.
What the Chancellor said in the budget is that he wants to focus on projects that deliver economic growth, and the A11 delivers £20 output for every pound spent, so that's why I'm really hoping it will go ahead.
But with a decision on the road now imminent, campaigners are eager for as many people as possible to get involved, saying 1 minute of their time could mean hours less in traffic. As well as putting up signs, they'll be leafleting drivers and speaking to shoppers at major supermarkets and garages, doing everything they can to raise the profile of this stretch of road and the need to dual it. Laura Burns, Anglia News, Thetford.
Chelmsford's biggest nightclub has been forced to drop a controversial drinks promotion. Duke's Genesis had been offering up to 20 drinks for £10, but they've had to stop the offer in order to keep their licence.
Border agency staff in Essex have raided premises in Colchester and Braintree as part of an operation against illegal immigration. 5 Malawians have been detained at immigration centres. The border agency is appealing for anyone with information on illegal immigrants to call the Crime Stoppers line.
9 Royal Anglian soldiers are to be recognised for courage in Afghanistan. Sergeant Ashley Hill will receive the Military Cross for his bravery when a supply convoy came under attack. 1 vehicle was destroyed, leaving 2 soldiers injured. Even though insurgents were attacking, Sergeant Hill helped those injured and spent more than 90 hours in combat. He's one of 9 soldiers recognised today.
We just got the job done, and that's just down to everyone pulling their weight, doing their job. We got the job done to get the resupply into CP Parang, you know. And not one point did I think, well, that was a little bit special. It was just another job, you know, with a tick in the box at the end.
Councillors in Colchester have agreed to explore all available options to secure the future of the town's clock museum. It's threatened with closure because the council says the building's unsuitable for its current use. The clocks and the building were donated by a local philanthropist.
Now, just 3 teams have an unbeaten record in the Football League this season. One of them belongs to Colchester United, and they'll be hoping to stretch that to 8 games tomorrow in League One.
Meanwhile, in the Championship, can Ipswich stay in second, or will they be overtaken by Norwich? Donovan Blake previews the weekend action. Now, it's not exactly cricketing weather, but try telling that to the village team from Norfolk, whose red-hot performance yesterday won them a trip of a lifetime to the Caribbean.
Last night, under the lights, Swardeston picked up the National Club 2020 Cup after 2 superb performances on the finals day at the Rose Bowl in Hampshire.
Well, they arrived home in Norfolk today to a hero's welcome and also to Malcolm Robertson, almost as good as a prize to the Caribbean. Let's join Malcolm now and the players. The celebration's underway again, Robbo?
They are indeed. This is the trophy they won, and these are the players who won it. Celebrating tonight. Now, you remember those pictures of Andrew Flintoff when he won or was involved in the Ashes win in 2005? Well, I think 1 or 2 of the Swardeston boys feel a bit like him today, but it was a marvellous achievement. This is a village club side. Tonight they're hosting a special dinner for young Norfolk cricketers, and really Swardeston hold a beacon for many other clubs in the way that you can develop from a very small, modest team, which they were a few years ago, into a side that's won a national title. The moment of triumph, Swardeston celebrating a famous victory, winning the national final of the Cockspur Club 2020 competition, a win that gives a real lift to cricket in East Anglia. This is where Swardeston normally play their cricket, the Common. Very different, of course, to the Hampshire Rose Bowl, scene of last night's triumph, which was a fantastic achievement for a small Norfolk village. 900 teams entered the competition, and in the final they defeated South Northumberland by 11 runs, having earlier beaten Wimbledon in the semi-finals. Swardeston's home to about 600 people and lies 4 miles to the south of Norwich. Its claim to fame is that it was the birthplace of Edith Cavell, a nurse honoured for helping 200 Allied soldiers escape from German-occupied Belgium during the First World War, an act of humanity that resulted in her being executed in 1915. Almost 100 years later, the cricket team has earned its place in the annals of village life.
So Michael Eccles will bowl the last over.
He conceded just 6 runs from it, leaving Swardeston victorious by 11 runs. So pleased were they in the village bakery, they've even named a cake after him.
Everybody who's come in this morning has mentioned it and seemed to have either watched it or listened to it on the radio, and very excited about Swardeston being put on the map.
Coming in when the score was 11 for 3, 20-year-old Peter Lambert effectively won the game for Swardeston, hitting an unbeaten 72 from 52 balls, an amazing effort that gave his side a challenging total. Rain would have prevented any cricket on the Common today. Sam got to play, but some of those from the club retired to the Dog, along with their winning trophy, and reflected on an amazing turnaround and a wonderful prize, competing in a 2020 competition in Barbados.
The closest we were going to get there would be going down the travel shop. Now we'll be on the plane enjoying ourselves in the sun, so we're looking forward to it.
No wonder there were plenty of smiles, both at the Rose Bowl and in the village bakery back home. Let me just give you a name check for one or two of the players who were successful. Like we saw in that report there, Peter Lambert, here he is, and across the way that marvellous last over, of course, from Michael Eccles. But of course it was very much a team game, and let me bring in someone who's been instrumental in building this club up. He's been involved with Swardeston for 45 years, the club captain. You were watching from the grandstand last night. What a fantastic achievement.
Absolutely wonderful, and I really can't thank them all enough, because that was probably my best sporting day of my life, and all these boys made it for me.
Because you were pretty much the underdogs, weren't you?
Yeah, we were the outsiders on the day. I think a few of the boys got 4-1 odds. South Northumberland were 11-8 favourites. But if I have to be honest with you, we won because we were a team, and they all fought for each other. We were down and out 2 or 3 times, but they still fought back.
Now, they're all working lads. How many of them realistically will be able to go to the Caribbean, do you think?
Well, you might have to make a call to Norwich School for a couple of them, but sorry about that. But it was very good that there are quite a few Norwich School, like there were 3 Norwich School boys in the team and 2 masters. So Norwich School were well represented on the day in the team.
OK, well, let's hope they do get to the Caribbean. It's the end of the English season, of course, but what a fantastic way it's ended for this club, Swardeston Cricket Club.
Brilliant. Robert, thank you very much for that. Absolutely fantastic.
We're on a sporting roll in this region, aren't we? Northampton at the weekend, now Swardeston.
Yeah, I have to say I played at Swardeston this season. Ask me how I got on.
How'd you go?
Run out 3.
Shall we move on then?
Yeah.
Before we move on, rather, a quick